Hello. I hope I am live. I am 8 minutes late. That should not be a flex, but yeah, I was trying to tag people, then it wouldn't let me tag. So we are trying to tag people while we are doing live. I was like, forget it. I'll just go live and go from there. So if you can see me, and I probably need to put the dashboard screen somewhere so I can see it because, oh, darn it. Okay, okay, my hand does not work that way. Okay, so, yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Good morning. I know. I am so sorry for being late. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Y'all should know when Sylvia hosts, Sylvia's gonna be late. We got things to do. You guys should see my screen. I just kind of flew it in, and then you guys can. I'm trying to see how can I. Oh, let me get the link. This link will only be good during this presentation. Then it'll go away. So those that show up go up. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I should probably. Let me see. Can I tag everyone? Will it let me tag everyone? I won't tag everyone. Okay. So we're gonna try to get started. I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people because yes, I am late. I am late. But while we're waiting, let me start this off officially so then we can start recording for the YouTube channel. So, hello, my name is Sylvia Hubbard, and I am author of romance and suspense of over 60 books, and I am founder of Motown Writers Network, and event person as well, as I can see. Today, we had to reschedule some things, and we needed to basically we needed to reschedule some things, and we needed to set up for me because our regular person had to reschedule. That's why I am here today, and I decided that we were going to do this presentation. And because everybody had been asking me questions about it, number one, and number two, I think I tagged those people. I think, yeah, I don't need to do that. I think I tagged those people. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, I didn't tag. Okay, so we're going to keep going. I'm trying to see. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tag those people again while I talk. So today's presentation is getting in libraries and learning about setting up speaking engagements at libraries. And like I said, people had asked me about this, and I had done several interviews, one with Draft to Digital, another one with the Self-Publishing Alliance, and also with Dale. And I was asked a whole bunch of questions in the comments, and this is my way of feeling those out and also getting you guys this information. I've done this presentation before for you guys, but I don't think I set it up on YouTube, and I don't think I set it up in our Gumroad thing where you guys can download the presentation. So I said, well, let me do it again so then you guys can get it. So what I'm trying to do now is talk and type, and you guys know this is not my favorite thing, so that's where we're at. But while we're waiting, if you guys in the comments, if you're listening to me, can you put down your recent successes and challenges in your literary life? If you don't know who Motown Writers is, and you're just listening to this on the replay, Motown Writers was established in 2000, and it's there to help writers get to their literary goals and connect readers to Michigan authors. If you haven't, go to our website at motownwriters.com and subscribe for updates. That my recent successes would be I attended November 1st, which is National Authors Day, Women Who Write in Grand Rapids, and I was able to really speak to the women there, well, the participants there, about writing, publishing, and marketing. And I actually should take those notes and do a workshop in it as like a quickie on just how to be a success. And it was great tips from me that I had come up with on the fly, and it was really cool. So I actually should take those tips and do something with those, Mandy, and because those were really awesome tips. I put the link for today's setting in the comments, so check those. And there is a 5-second delay as I'm talking. If you have any questions, put them in there, and I hopefully will get to them. I'm trying to make sure I have everybody who I said I was going to tag. So hard to remember people, but I'm gonna leave it like that. If I didn't tag you and you're seeing it's on the replay, I'm sorry. But yes, make sure you guys can hear me. Hello. Hi, everybody. I see people joining us. Okay, so I'm going to get started. And yes, I'm not in presentation mode on Canva, but whatever. Whatever. Okay, let me see. Can I get into presentation mode? Let me see. Let me see. I think I can do. Ooh, look at me. Fancy, Sylvia. Fancy. Okay. Let me get serious. So I believe this is necessary, and I probably have what makes me able to teach this? Back in 2000, you guys know I created Motown Writers Network, but as I progressed through learning, I was also learning as I was teaching, and I realized that libraries are a fundamental part of being an author, especially a self-published author. On top of that, I was a single mom struggling a lot of times, and I needed to bring in extra money, not only for book sales, and I think that we as independent authors, we so concentrate on just getting book sales all the time, and that is not where we make our money. A lot of the digital downloads that I sell, it actually has secondary incomes that authors can make, not just off of book sales. But libraries is an untouched market that we don't gear ourselves up to, and that we should. We really, really should. So I started in pitching to libraries. Actually, a library actually came to me, and we were talking. I was at this event. We were talking, and then she was like, hey, would you like to do a presentation on this? And I was like, sure. And so I came over to the library, and I did it, and one person showed up, but you know what? I wasn't fazed about it. I pitched it to other libraries, and more people started showing up, and then the ball started rolling. But this is what makes me able to teach it, is that actually happened back in 2002, and since then I have garnered a lot of library presentations in and around Michigan and all over the United States, and I'm pretty proud of myself being able to knowing how to get into libraries, and I want to share that information with you guys. Like I said, any questions that you have, just pitch them out in the comments section. There's a 5-second delay, but I'll get to it. So, why use libraries? Number one, it is an untouched market, and like our sister Tanita always says, that's don't leave money on the table. And this is a resource that's in the community that sets aside uh, for presentations to their participants or to library goers. And this is tax dollars that are set aside to help the library, and the library uses it towards community efforts. And you can hit that untouched market and pitch to them. Some in the beginning, I will warn you that most times it'll be free unless you are an expert in something and that's what you're pitching, nonfiction authors and so forth. But a lot of times when you're going into these libraries and you're pitching, we're gonna hopefully work on your presentation, so then you guys can get into the libraries and start finding out. You can make like a nice little side hustle from presenting at them. So use libraries because not only that, the monetary, the exposure that it gives to you and your community, and also it's a way for you to get comfortable being in front of crowds in a not necessarily a high professional environment, but actually with local libraries, smaller library systems, you can really get comfortable in front of that and become a part-time extrovert. And it really does help. What you can speak about now, when you can talk to libraries, you can talk about collaborations, presentations, conferences, work with them on conferences or book panels that they have, panel discussions, performances, book talk, readings, special literary and subject days, and we can get into that. Just for instance, August is romance month, and a lot of times libraries will host romance sessions, or you can even pitch a romance day. You can come to talk about your book, or you can come and talk about your writing methods and how you outline and write romance. You can actually get a couple of romance buddies together, romance authors together, and pitch to them and talk about how you guys write, your setups, what you love about the romance industry. I mean, it's so many different things, and it's all through the month of August. So if you pitch now, you can basically get into almost a library a day during August, because they have events. A lot of times they can have events in the middle of the week as well, so that doesn't just book up your weekends, which August is a hot month that have outdoor events, but you can actually book up your week during library presentations. I've done Tuesdays through Thursdays. I usually keep those days open in case the library says, hey, can you come out? And I usually get those days booked in months, even on low months when I don't have events, and libraries come and say, hey, because their long days usually are Wednesdays and Thursdays, which is cool for me because then I can come in and do a presentation for an hour and a half, and be able to pick up a couple of speaking engagements in the middle of the week. Is just really amazing. Now, somebody did ask, well, how do you start? And this is a really interesting way of how to start. So a lot of times you can I'm going to make sure you guys can still, because nothing is updating. I want to make sure, oops, cancel. I want to make sure, guys, you can still see and hear me. But yeah, how to start. So most times you can meet librarians at author fairs. I've met lots of librarians at author fairs. Even librarians who are not at that library come to other librarian other library author fairs. I'm always like asking people, do you read or write? And a lot of times librarians will introduce them like, well, I'm a librarian, and bam, that's how you get them. Now I got you. And I mean, always have like your co-pitch to them, where, you know, hey, it's a librarian, or hey, it's a book club, or hey, it's a writers group. You can cold pitch to them, and then be able to get out like, hey, I can come and do the book panel, or the book talk, or the performance, or the collaboration, or the presentation, blah blah blah. You can go to different library events that, you know, are for other things that are in your genre, or in on your platform, and then you'll meet librarians there. I was actually at another author's event. She was a national author, and she came in to the main library, but there were 6 other librarians in the room, and as people were getting their books signed by the national author, I jumped out of line and went over to the librarians and started talking to them. So I was able to really pitch to them and let them know, hey, I could come in and do some things, and picked up some events through there. So this is a very important, to me it's very important, because like I said, it gets your name out to the public. It gets people interested, and it creates great search engine optimization for you, because, and we'll get into that, marketing and promoting and everything. But yeah, you can get a lot of ways. Code options, I've been at other events, and librarians have appeared. Like I said, if I say, are you a reader or writer, most times librarians will announce I am a librarian, or they have a librarian shirt on. But librarians love being librarians, I've found, and they love talking all things library or books. So yeah, put yourself out there. Closed mouths don't get fed, and just start, you know, really digging into people who come over to your table, or if you're at a literary event, really get into finding out who are these people there, and getting to know them and how you can serve them. So that's, I always live in the spirit of service, and I found that has been a great way to get to know people and find out how I can do more for them, and that pays off pretty well. So once you get to them, you want to contact them, or you can cold contact them. And with this, when I load this up to our group, it is going to probably be about $1, because I'm going to have some resources with it, a link to Metro Detroit libraries, or libraries in the Michigan library system, because most of the time I am servicing writers and authors in that. If you are out of state, I can suggest you go over to the Library of Congress, or there are a lot of links that have different things. And before I upload, I'll try to see if I can put in out-of-state libraries. I know it's a list somewhere, and I have the link somewhere, but don't get me started today. So when you go, and you can, like I said, you can cold contact them. You can go to the library's website. You just go to the city, and then literally Google library in that city, and the library will pop up, or the library system. Some libraries are controlled by collaborative or county. I know in Grand Rapids area, it's kind of like a district kind of thing, or a county, Kent County or something. over there have a library system. Um, yes, a district. I think it's a district. So then you look up either the head librarian. If it's a smaller librarian, you can look up the head librarian person, or there's sometimes an event librarian, an event person, or a I'm saying that wrong. Genre librarian, where in your genre or your platform, whatever it is, they usually have a librarian. For larger libraries, they'll have a librarian specifically for that who can help you. And like I said, smaller libraries had a head branch manager. A good time to reach them is usually an hour after they open, never when they just open, because they have a lot of things to do. Or you can just send them an email and say, hey, can you give me a call? And usually it's going to be towards the afternoon. Or yeah, if you cold call them, it'll be towards the afternoon. Hey, I'm going to have to come back and watch replay. Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, you can do that. So once you contact them and send them, you're gonna want to put the email together. Please do this separately. Do not batch out emails to people, generic emails to people. You want to make this as one-to-one as possible. So yes, you would love to get into 200 libraries. Do not put an email with 200 emails of librarians and then send it out. Please do this one by one and move on. Event suggestion letter, you can say, dear library person, or if you don't know who they are, you can just say librarian at this library, and go from there. Make it personable, like I said, and then a one sentence bio. No more than one sentence, 1 to 2 sentences, to get it out. And then you can say intentions, name of the event, benefit, and time. The benefits of the event. That means what are the participants going to get from this event, then from the name of the event, what are the benefits of the event, and the time you could do it. So even if you're sending out, and I always say do this like 3 months in advance, 3 to 4 months in advance. You want to do like a quarter in advance, because you want to give them time to properly promote it. And I usually say they need at least 3 to 4 months to do even to get the promotion, to get 1 or 2 people to stick it on their calendars. So give them about 3 to 4 months in advance to do it. So I usually say, for the spring quarter, for the fall quarter, winter quarter. So you're doing this quarter in advance. So next quarter, I love to set up meetings, a date and a time with you guys. Leave your contact information, including your website, and then mention promo efforts on your end. That what you're going to be doing to promote this event. If this event is agreed upon, you're going to set it up on your website. You're going to put it in your newsletter. You're going to post it out to local Facebook groups for writers and authors. You're going to push it over into Facebook Live. You're going to push it over into Motown Writers Network. You can even use us and post the event there. So let them know that you are going to be working just as hard to do that. Proposal letters, and I would also suggest having a professional headshot, and even going over to Canva and making a great flyer for the event for them, just in case. It could be a smaller library that doesn't have time. Make a great flyer. So you can even suggest that. The proposal letter can be, because now the first one, just in case you got confused, the event suggestion, this is just to suggest an event. And this is more or less, well, I'm not asking for anything. I just want to get into your libraries, and I want to be able to present there. So that's the event letter. The proposal letter is a more serious intentions of what you're going to do in there. It's so weird because it is not posting I can see comments over here, but I don't see any comments over there. So we start booking now for first quarter 2026. Yes, you would start booking now for the first, well, no, because now you're more going towards the second quarter. You can still try for the first quarter. So first quarter, and that would be January. Yeah, you can still try to book. They try to get everything in by November. So by the end of November, they try to set their schedule for the first quarter. Um, so now I would even go for first and second quarter. Mention that in your proposal, because they usually try to push everything on the things, especially larger library systems. Now, if it's smaller library systems, yes, you still have time. Larger library systems like the Detroit Public Library, not only do they have to add the event to their calendar, but they also have to send it over to like a main person who puts it into their Eventbrite stuff, and that goes out, which is great search engine optimization for you. Makes it easier for you, everybody, to RSVP if they want, give you some consistent numbers of who's going to be coming. But yeah, they have to send that out, and they usually want to send that out before the end of the current quarter. So the end of the current quarter is the end of this month, and with everybody being so busy, in so many words, or being unbusy and on furlough, they like to get it in as early as possible. So if it's a larger library system, you probably have to start working towards that second quarter. But if it's a smaller library system, you can start working for it now. And then you can even say the first and second quarter of 2026, I'm offering this event. Okay, so for the proposal letter, I need something to drink because you guys can hear me crackling. Okay, so for the proposal letter, and that was a great question, Sandy. Thank you. You said, dear library person, like I said, make it personal. Then you set out the intentions of a name of the event with a tagline, and 3 benefits of the event. What do you have to offer, and a time. That's the first and second quarter of 2026. And then a long bio, not long, but more like a paragraph about you. You don't go and have to say you were the son of a sharecropper. I kill myself. You just go in and, give them a nice tight paragraph about who you are and what you do. And then if it is about your book or about your books, you can even mention that. So for example, I have this presentation that I do about romance suspense, and I go in and I talk about, hey, this is how to weave romance and suspense together, aka plot twisting 101. And I go in and talk about the 3 benefits of it. We'll learn about what are suspense and romance themes, tropes, how to set up your stories, how to go through them from beginning to end, and what other subgenres can connect to this. And then of course, while I'm doing all of course, and then I'm mentioning, of course, what makes me an expert is that I've done this for over 25 years. I have over 60 books, blah, blah, blah. So the benefits that they would get is my expertise of writing romance and suspense, blah, 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 so forth and so on. Proposal letter part 2, if you're interested in setting this up at your library, I do accept an honorarium for speaking events. That word honorarium basically means that you would like to get paid in some kind of way, but you're leaving it up to the librarians to pitch to you how much you would like. And then I usually have like a set amount, and it goes up every year, because as I do events, it goes up and up and up. When you're sending out this proposal, just know that you are an expert in that event. Otherwise, use the event proposal, use the event letter sample, because at that time you are not really an expert, you just want to get in. And that has led to so many much more possible uh, pathways in order to make money. I've met people from schools that approach me and say, hey, come and do this for my school, and then that's definitely payment. Or please come do this for my writers group, and that's another payment. So yes, doing the event proposal in the same way as you would do the proposal, doing the event letter, even though you're pitching them like a free event to do, which can be the book talk, it can be the performance, it can be all of that, can still lead to some profit potential. So the proposal letter part 3, mention if you can send flyers, promotional templates, and what promo efforts you would be doing on your end, just like you did the event proposal. And then you can go from there. Great places to meet librarians. Oh, here's the link. The link is here. The one I've been looking for. I've been looking for this link for like half an hour. That's why I was late. Because I was looking for this link. Ugh. It was here all the time. And then there's the Great Lakes Booksellers Association. And this is where a lot of librarians do go. I've went to their events, and I've met librarians at that event several times, all the events I've ever gone for Great Lakes Booksellers Association. Then, of course, I have an author's guide to writing, publishing, and marketing, and you can actually order that. And then inside of it is a list of Metro Detroit libraries. And I also put like the library's website, so you can quickly get over to it, find out how to pitch events to them. In that guide that I have these notes as well. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to put the YouTube link for this. I'm going to download it immediately and have this up on YouTube. And then, like I said, it'll go over to our Meetup group, so you can go over in there. I don't know how to get out of this. Oops, what did I do? I did something. I'm going to go ahead and put also the Meetup group as well, so you can actually go over. Let me put this over here. Let me see. You can go over to our sylviahubbard1.gumroad.com group. Let me see if you guys asked any questions, because my things are not updating. So you guys can copy down that link. I could give a direct link over to our Meetup notes. You know, I'm not really good at using, I have 5 screens up in my face, and I'm not good at using all of them all at once. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get over to the meeting link note. I'm going to make this available. I'm going to keep this one on there. Here it is. And get the meeting notes. So you guys can just go straight over to the meeting notes later and pick it up. That way, you guys, if you click on there, you'll go straight to our meeting notes, where you can then get these notes along with the other links and everything. Because, like I said, this won't be always available. So I know you guys don't have time to see it, this presentation. So you guys can actually get the presentation. I want to make sure you guys didn't have any questions. Okay, so I don't see any questions in the group, and I was running late, so if there's any questions, you guys let me know. I want to make sure you guys are there with me. But that was a really, you always give, oh, thank you. Thank you, Kenya. Kenya said you always give amazing advice. I'm repeating what you said because this is going to go on YouTube as well, so I don't want people to think I'm just saying something just to say something. But yeah, if you guys have any questions later on, or anybody's listening on the replay, you can always ask your questions, and then I can respond to them. I'll always be there. You guys can always tag me in a question or anything. While I'm waiting, because I know this is like a 5-second, 10-second delay on people asking questions. I know I'll be doing this presentation again, and I got 2 more interviews booked up about this. Yeah, no, it's 2 more presentations for this for private writing groups. And then also I'll be doing an interview more about this again. So I'll be updating any other links that I give out as well. And like I said, you guys can basically, and I can actually get off of here and show you guys where you guys can get the presentation. I think it'll, let me see, will it go over to it? So you can go over to our Gumroad site, that link that I posted, and these are all our meetup notes. These are mostly all the meetup notes that I did, and I'll be adding the meetup note here, down here. So you would just choose it. It'll be, what is this, November 2025. I know I've been a little off. Well, I haven't done a presentation since March, but these are all the presentations that I do. And I think Onicia even gave me her presentation, which is why I had it here. But yeah, I actually put it down here. And I think this one, I have this one as $2, and this one's $2. And you know, all of this does help the group, but I'll actually make this presentation only like $1, and it actually helps the group thrive and survive. As you guys know, there are expenses, but yes, because of the resources and everything and all the information I had to put in there. That was a lot of searching. I know it was, to get that public library link. I was really digging for that one. So that was a blessing and a curse. We found that. But yes, and hopefully, and somebody did ask offline before the group started, was I gonna do any presentations? Was I gonna do any presentations offline? Am I gonna do any presentations offline? Hopefully in 2026, yes, I will be. Actually, I will be doing some presentations for the libraries offline, and I can actually show you guys that as well while we're here. Darn it, I lost my, oh, there it is. So presentations offline will be on my site, sylviahubbard.com/events. You can come here, and I'm gonna try to post a lot more on Motown Writers Network. Onicia started helping me out, and she's been awesome in making sure that Motown Writers Network website has been updated, and it's been a blessing for me to have her. And I do need to update this page as well. So yeah, yeah, you can tell me that too. So November 29th, I'll be in, I believe that's Kent County again. It's a small business Saturday. In January, I'll be doing some library events all through February. Finding joy in reading and writing. And February 9th, Fiction 101 workshop. February 14th, Romance Author Symposium. I'm sorry, and then these are the Fiction Writing 101 will be at the Hubbard branch. I can't remember where the Finding Joy one will be. Romance Author Symposium will be at the Sherwood Forest branch. February 16th will be the author book reading and talk at Brain Candy, and I have to verify that one because unfortunately Dan passed away. Rest in power, Dan Wickett. You were very much a part of the initial building of Motown Writers Network. Don't get me started because I get verklempt. And February 23rd is Diversity and Romance the Hubbard branch. I'll also be doing that workshop in 2 more other libraries that we're trying to set up a date now, which I'm excited for. And of course, in August 1st, I'll be Pages and Glass, and I have something in Chicago as well. I know I'm supposed to be doing something in Chicago. I haven't put it on here, but yeah, that's not my fault. Yes, it is. This is my fault. I didn't answer the challenges for November that I have. November has been a challenging month already, but it's been pretty good because I had Bray book. It's called Black Readers Appreciation Event, and that was pretty good. But I'm also doing my live story, and I was trying to do a new story as well. I got the basis of the new story down, and now I'm jumping back into my live story. So that's been my challenge of now. So I don't see any more questions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for this. Thank you guys. Thank you for all your thank yous, and I hope this has been great and engaging information. And if you guys have like any other questions, especially if you're listening to the replay, please let me know, and I'll definitely do my best to answer it. And you guys have a good day. I did this under an hour, so that's pretty good. And I thought I was really gonna go outside of that, so look at me. But yes, if you guys are into giving away free books, make sure you visit the Bray website. That's where I'll be for probably the rest of the day, or watching people download books. But if you go to Bray, and it's a Black Reading Appreciation, and then you go into the free books, you can download hundreds of free books by different authors. Today I know where my books are. They're basically under the dark romance category, and I'm there, so you can download all of these books that will be available for you for free. So and it's like I said, it's other books that will be available on Bray, and you guys just please support this endeavor if you're into it, and even if you're not, share it with other people. And this is the last day for Bray, and then of course I have my own stuff going on. Like I said, I have my live book in progress. And then for Motown Writers Network, next month we'll have Shar Halliburton, and she'll be talking again. And you know Shar always rocks it when she comes in, so get ready to have fun, invite other people, and hopefully in 2026 we'll have an offline event. I have been talking to local people about doing an offline event, so bear with me. And also in 2026, I think I want to start a write-in session where we all can get together and just work on our books. So let me know if anybody wants to help with that, where we can do a live session, maybe the third or fourth Saturday or Sunday, and we do a write-in where you guys just join in and we all sit together and we write our books. So I'm thinking of that for 2026. And like I said, thank you guys for joining me today. I'm gonna get out of here. I was making sure there were no more questions, or no one's doing, oh, thank you guys. Oh, I see all you guys. Thank you. Is all this information in the Motown Writers Facebook page? Yes, this is all going to stay here in the Motown Writers Facebook page. This video will be uploaded once I stop talking. This video will be uploaded on the YouTube as well. But then you can also go to the, over to the Motown Writers Gumroad link that I had given at the end. And I'll put over there, Linda. Reply. Where you guys can join in. Okay, I'm making up. Okay. I'm going to put in, so let me tag you. Linda Hunt. You can get the link. I hope I did the right one. I hope I did the, you guys know I'm flighty as a bird. You can grab the video link, presentation, and resources at this link. So yeah, so that way you guys can just come in, because this Facebook only allows this video to stay up for 30 days. So I want to make sure that it stays up forever for you guys. So that's why, well, forever in so many terms according to YouTube. So I'm going to make sure I upload the video over on YouTube so you guys can watch it and then follow along with the presentation again if you have to, and get all the resources as well. So yes, that is it. I think that is all. I'm making sure I didn't miss any, but if I did, I am so sorry, because it doesn't update on the interface anymore, so I can see all the comments. But okay, I'm gonna get out of here, and you guys have a great day. I'm gonna try to go swing by and see Beverly Jenkins today, in Livonia, and then I'm gonna see if I can write a little bit of my book before I look at my eyelids. So you guys have a great, prosperous writing, reading day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.